going on, y'all? I'm gonna be reacting to a tournament I had about a month ago. It was me trying to qualify for the Canadian Open, which is a PGA Tour event, and I'm gonna give you a spoiler. I mean, like, if you watch golf, you clearly didn't see me in the event, so you know I didn't get in. But not a great tournament overall. I have a couple excuses lined up, but you know, I'll get those out of the way before you watch. And also, like, I really didn't want to post this video, but I was like, this is part of the journey, and it's what a lot of y'all are here for. So, but yeah, let me get my excuses out the way. First of all, it was 8 degrees. I was playing at 8 a.m. It was 8 degrees in May, and I was like, what? How is it that cold in Canada? Like, that was, and if y'all have been watching my earlier videos, you know I cannot, like, no matter what I do, play in the cold. I tried. I really have to compensate. I gotta wear a lot of layers. I gotta have hand warmers and mitts, and I couldn't find my mitts, and my hand warmers died after like 8 holes. On top of that, with it being my first big tournament, it really opened my eyes. What I gotta work on is playing confident. If y'all seen my game in earlier YouTube vids or on Instagram or TikTok, you know, like, I have this skill. It's just like, golf is a lot of confidence, and I have that confidence when I'm playing regular rounds, but I need more tournament experience to build that confidence in tournaments, because I played scared the entire time, and you'll see it on a lot of the shots. They're really hesitant. And the last one, you'll see this. We got put on the clock, time delay. We were 30 minutes behind because the 2 guys I was playing with were losing balls. So it was kind of frustrating, because I was like, no one's playing slow. They're just losing ball. They're having bad days, so they're losing balls, and it's putting us behind. And now I have to play catch up because these guys were slow, you know? And the rules official watched us for like 30 holes, for like 13 holes. And yeah, it was just not fun. He was on my ass. He was just like following, and like he kept telling us we're on the clock. We got to run to our next ball. We can't read the putt from both sides. I was like, this is so unfair, and I don't know what to do in that case. Still have yet to find out. Anyways, let's get to the vid. Let's get this over with. On my way to the RBC Canadian Open pre-qualifier. I got my sister here. Show yourself. They're taking 10 or 11 spots into the final qualifier, and then the winner gets straight into the Canadian Open. Game's feeling good. It's really cold. It's 10 degrees and drizzling. So I got hand warmers yesterday, and just gotta make sure that my hands, my fingers are warm, and then I'll be okay. That's the main part that cooks me, because I can't even, like, at a certain point I can't even hold the club, and then it's not even not fun to play anymore. It's just like I just can't. Like, there's no fighting through it, no pushing through that cold finger pain. You just can't. That's one of those things. All right, so I was playing with these 2 guys. As I said, I was up 3rd, and I hate that. I like to go in the middle, you know, because first you're setting the pace. I could go first too, depends on how I'm feeling, but 3rd, if the 2 guys bomb it and you see that could affect you. And if, like what happened to me, one of the guys hits it out, that could affect you too. So we opened with a hook. At least it was still in play. I hit my 2-iron. We were starting on 10. Driver was not the play there. You had to hit a perfect drive, and to start on that hole that hard. Anyways, my sister, she missed a lot of shots. Shout out my sister for filming anyways. But punched out to about 170 yards. Hit a decent 8-iron to about 15 feet, and I drained it for birdie. She didn't capture that. But yeah, a good start. And if y'all know, I don't believe in the superstitious, thing that it's bad luck to start with a birdie. But in my case, on that day, it was next hole, they moved the tees up, so it was just a 4-iron. Going driver over the trees, the dog leg didn't really make sense. Again, being my 2nd hole of the day and it being really cold. 4-iron down the middle, have about 170 in again. And then I hit a swing here that was the narrative the whole day. It was just like I played like a little bitch the entire time. So hit that way short. Then it left me like 40 feet uphill for birdie. And the greens were lightning. Still not used to that. Y'all saw me complaining in Barbados the whole time for how slow they were. So I played scared on the greens too. Left that one way short. And then this puts a lot of pressure on your putts when you're leaving like 12 footers for par. Puts a lot of pressure on your putting. And it makes it like, I left the games feeling like my putting sucks, but in reality, like I just had a lot of long par putts. And you know, if that was for birdie, if that 12 footer was for birdie and I had a tap in par, I wouldn't have felt like my putting was that shitty. Next hole, hit an iron, 5-iron from like 200. Didn't really like it, but got lucky, got away with the result. Had like 6 feet for birdie. Got back to 1 under. And then an uncommitted putt. I remember pulling it because I didn't trust the line. Next hole, 666 yards from the back. And I think I was up third again or second. One of the guys hit 2 balls out of bounds. So he hit 3 balls off the tee. And we looked for each ball, 3 minutes for each ball. So this put us way behind. And it was from here, I think this is 4 holes in, that we were already 20 minutes behind. And yeah, the rules official was completely honest. And the guys I was playing with combined lost like 7 or 8 balls. So, and I didn't lose a ball. So yeah, again, it's not them like that they were walking slow or taking a long time. Because I played with players like that, but for them it was just they were having bad days. It's a really hard course. And that just put us behind. There's nothing we could do. Especially me. I feel like it was really unfair on my part. Like that I wasn't playing slow, I wasn't losing balls, but I was penalized, like I had to speed up. But anyways, good drive, good 3-wood, wedge short, terrible, and then my chipping just needs work for sure. And then again, another like 15 footer for par that you just scrape the edge, tap in bogey. Next hole is another 200-yard par 3. I hit 6-iron here, but I pull it pretty bad, almost out of bounds. And then, didn't I tell you my chipping sucked? I was just bad. I was scared of going in the water. You're gonna hear a lot of like scared. I was scared, which is not a good thing. Decent chip down for par. Left me about 8 feet for bogey. So honestly, that was a good bogey save, but still 2 in a row. Or 3 in a row. Yeah, 3 in a row. Next hole. Slice my driver. This was after our first talk with the rules official. So I just stepped up and hit. Terrible. It went like 250 yards. Then next shot I laid up, but scared of going in the trees on the right, so I pull it. It's alright. Because it's pretty wide where I was laying up to. Left me like 100 yards in. So I saw the pin was right at the front and I didn't really want to go long, so I felt like a hard 60 would be good. No, 110, and I hit a uphill and I hit a 56. Full 56. Short right again. I was doing that a lot with my approach shots. Happens when I like don't commit and I bail out and I don't release the club. But finally a decent lag putt and a tap in par. If I was doing that all day, I would have made it through to final qualifying. Next hole, straight par 4. Slightly pushy drive, right rough. Which was not the angle that you wanted with this pin. Actually, on this hole, you don't really want that angle because you got the bunkers on the right. And from the rough, the greens are firm and fast, so pretty tough. Came out just short. Had a long birdie putt again. Uncommitted swing. I didn't want to get even near to that back pin. So it left me like a 30-footer for birdie. Morale was kind of down there. Just not even that I was playing bad. Just I always get mad that I'm like playing scared. So 30 feet uphill for the birdie. Uphill, but I told you the greens are lightning. I blew it 10 feet past. And then again, like so hard on your putting ability. Like those aren't terrible putts. Now I'm looking at them. It's just like they're grazing the edge or lipping out, but they all count as a stroke. It's all bogey. But I'm putting a lot of pressure on my putting by blowing it that far past or staying really short. Next hole, another 200-yard par 3. Hit a 6-iron, bail out. And also like my body, I find it really hard to balance. Yeah, another sucky chip. Anyways, I find it hard to balance the amount of clothes I'm gonna wear and restricting my movement versus wearing less clothes, restricting my movements less, but being really cold. Anyways, another 15, 16 foot par putt. I grazed the edge, tap in bogey. And those added up. Hole 18, they moved us up to the black tees, so it was pretty easy from here. Decent drive down the center. Left me with a wedge in, about 120. But again, look how, like, and I played, this is my home course, by the way. Now, I gotta do a YouTube vid here. But I play here all the time. I understand it's a hard hole. I see this on the screen right now, it's hard, but when I play in casual, I just hit it. I remember being so scared that I came up short again. But luckily, another decent lag putt and tap in par. And that's 4 over on the front. Just pretty bad. But I knew if I had a good, I knew the number wasn't going to be too low, so I knew if I had a good front 9, I would have been okay. Hit a decent drive down the middle there. And yeah, this, you can see the rules official following, talking to me. I remember trying to contain myself because I was like, how the f is this guy talking to me right now? How is he talking? I'm explaining to him that it wasn't me, and you can see the shank there. He really got to me. I was trying to explain to him that it wasn't my fault that we're behind, and that is how unfair it is that I'm being penalized for these guys losing balls. And again, let me tell you, I'm not blaming the guys per se. I'm just saying they were having bad rounds and they were losing balls, so we were behind. What am I supposed to do? How is this on me? That's the unfair thing about golf and tournaments. Anyways, chip it out. Long par putt again, blow it by 10 feet for bogey. Good save though. But yeah, I was so mad. Next hole, the narrowest tee shot on the course, and both guys already put the balls in the woods and lost them. But luckily at this point they knew they were out and they weren't spending 3 minutes looking for balls anymore, so that was good. Sister missed the approach shot, but you can see I missed short right. Really good chip there. That's a tough up and down to make. Easy par. But bogey on the first hole hurt because I was like, I can still get in it if I have a really good back and do like a 3 under or something. The number to get in was +1, which isn't unbelievable, but like it was just so annoying being like, I felt like I was not even playing that bad, but like everything combined, it was just terrible. Another missed green, chip to 8 feet, grazed the edge. Tap in bogey. She missed the drive on the next hole, but since it was cold, you can see I couldn't even reach the end, the dog leg, so I had to, this is a par 5, had to hit over the trees to lay up. And then you're about to witness my best swing of the day. Finally a good shot, like middle strike where I wanted, everything perfect, middle of the green. Then I got like, this is my first like birdie look, like that's like, you know, 13 feet, 14 feet. I swore it was downhill, and remember the greens were traumatizing me, they were so fast. And then I step up and do that. Like how, like, isn't that crazy? It looks like it died it still looks downhill even on video. I don't know how that died, but tap and par. I wish I was doing that all day, to be honest. It was to this right pin, I was trying to cut it. Another 200-yard par 3. Trying to cut a 6-iron up there, came up short. Also didn't really adjust well for my distances in the cold. Anyways, that was a good chip there. Could have chipped it a little more right for that hill. So I got like a 5-footer for par now. Those are okay par looks. My problem was I was getting 10-footers for par. Anyways, narrow tee shot on this par 5. Really good drive down the middle. I think she misses. No, she gets my second shot. I'm left with like 260, so I hit 3-wood, pull it. Had a really insane bunker shot. Not bunker shot, I was left of the bunker. Really insane bunker shot. Sorry, I'm tweaking. Not bunker shot. Really insane up and down from behind the bunker to about 8 feet and then drain that. First birdie. Next one, hit a drive down the middle. She misses the approach. But I hit the green short right. Very common that day. And then blow it by 6 feet, 5 feet. Just missed the edge. So painful to watch. But it's weird because it's different. Because before, when I would play tournaments and play poorly, it would be like I would be losing balls and slicing a lot. But here it's just a bit of everything and a bit of stuff that was outside of my control. Decent drive, and then I have a wedge that goes short left. So I have like 50, 60 feet for birdie here. Another good lag putt, but those are hard to do when you're doing it all day. Like, normally don't play like this. And I didn't really feel pressure from the camera or from, anything else. It's just like, it was cold, the rain delayed, time delays, and just playing scared. It's a really tough course. I get to the last hole, and I think it's the stroke 1 hole on the course. And the only thing I'm thinking is don't shoot 80, I'm +6. And then I pull it into the next bunker on hole 1, which is like the worst possible position ever off that tee. And then try to hit it over the tree from that downhill lie, get stuck in the tree and comes down. And then I punch out to the front of the green. I'm like, okay, just get up and down and shoot 79 and get out of here. I already knew I was in, but I was like, just don't shoot 80. That's like a different level of embarrassing. And like I talked myself, I really deserve to shoot 80 after thinking like that. So there you have it. 80 in my first qualifier. But yeah, that's, as I said, I really it was hard to commit to posting this because I was like, it's just so bad, but it's part of the journey, and I understand that. And since then, I played 2 events. No one was available to film, but I had an even and a -1. So getting there, my one of the biggest things I have to work on is competitions, and how I'm gonna do that is experience in competitions. And to do that, you need money, which is why I've been spending so much time on social media recently. So again, I wasn't as mad as I would have been had I put in a lot of work. Like, I knew I went in with my game okay, but I haven't really been practicing at all, to be honest. I've been really, really grinding on social media. And once it's at a point where I'm happy, then I can get back to grinding, and you guys are gonna see some really nice. I'm gonna be playing really well, but till then, it's just a grind. I just don't want to be caught in that same cycle I was in when I was younger, where it's like you're it's a never-ending grind, but which I didn't mind, but it felt like an uphill, like you're pushing a rock, a boulder uphill. It's like you're working little jobs to make no money, to spend all your money in tournaments and gamble on the fact that you're gonna have a good week. And it's like the people that are playing good are the ones playing a lot of tournaments, because then the tournaments become like their regular rounds, and eventually in a regular round you're gonna play good, right? But for me, when I was only, if I'm only playing 6 tournaments a year because that's all I can afford, it's like there's so much pressure on those 6, and maybe that's on me too for crumbling under the pressure. But I think like the route I'm gonna go is to put myself in the best position possible, where if I play poorly in tournaments, now I know for a fact it's me. And yeah, it's just it's hard to judge, hard to balance the two, where I'm like, I understand that they're excuses, but I also understand that some excuses are valid. Like, I think if a guy is playing 50 tournaments a year and another guy is playing 5, all things remaining the same, like you don't play good every round. So your chances of playing good in a tournament just increase if you play more tournaments, right? But yeah, that's the plan for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you tomorrow. Peace.